I made a big deal about 1 extra credit point on my child's test. So my daughter Emma comes home last Tuesday with her math test, and she's got this huge grin on her face. She's in 4th grade and math has been kicking her butt all semester. She shows me the test, 87 out of 100, which is already way better than her usual scores. But then she points to this little bonus question at the bottom that she got right, and it says extra credit plus 1 next to it. The thing is, her grade on the top still says 87, not 88. I figure it's just a mistake, so I write a quick note to her teacher, Mrs. Rodriguez, asking about it. Emma takes it to school the next day and comes back with a note saying the extra credit point doesn't count toward the final grade, and that it's just for enrichment purposes. I'm thinking, what the hell does that even mean? If it's extra credit, it should add to the grade, right? So I email the teacher asking for clarification. She emails back with this long explanation about how their grading policy doesn't allow extra credit to change letter grades, and that the point is just to encourage students to try harder problems. Now I'm annoyed. Emma worked hard on that problem. She earned that point. So I decide to take it up with the principal. I walk into the school office Thursday morning, and the secretary gives me this look like I'm wasting everyone's time. She tells me Mr. Peterson can see me for 5 minutes. I explain the situation, and he basically gives me the same runaround about district policy. That's when I ask to see the actual policy in writing. He pulls out this thick binder and starts flipping through pages. After about 10 minutes, he admits he can't find anything specific about extra credit policies. He says he'll have to check with the district office. Friday comes and goes, no response. Monday, still nothing. So Tuesday I show up at the school board meeting. The room has maybe 20 people in it, mostly teachers and a few parents. When they get to public comments, I stand up and explain the whole situation. I bring Emma's test as evidence. I tell them how we're teaching kids that their hard work doesn't matter if some arbitrary policy says it doesn't count. The board members start looking uncomfortable. One of them asks if I've tried resolving this with the teacher first. I explain that I did, and got nowhere. Another board member asks what the big deal is about 1 point. That's when I lose it a little. I tell them it's not about the point, it's about keeping promises to kids. If you put an extra credit question on a test, and a kid gets it right, that kid earned those points. Period. The board president says they'll look into it and get back to me. But here's where it gets interesting. After the meeting, this other parent comes up to me. Her name's Janet, and she's got a kid in 3rd grade. She tells me her son had the exact same thing happen last month, but she didn't think it was worth fighting over. Then this other dad joins the conversation, and he's got a similar story. Turns out this isn't just Emma's teacher. It's happening across multiple classrooms, multiple grade levels. These teachers are putting extra credit questions on tests, but not actually giving the credit. Janet suggests we all email the superintendent together. So we do. We send a joint email with copies of our kids' tests and a list of which teachers are doing this. The superintendent responds within 2 days. She's setting up a meeting with all the principals to review the extra credit policy. She also asks us to come in and present our case directly to the curriculum committee. The meeting happens the following Thursday. We walk into this conference room with about 15 district officials. They've got copies of all our kids' tests spread out on the table. The curriculum director starts explaining that there's been some inconsistency in how extra credit is being handled. Long story short, they decide to change the policy. Any extra credit question that appears on an official test or assignment has to count toward the final grade. Teachers who want to give enrichment questions without grade impact have to label them differently. But here's the best part. They're going back through the entire semester and adjusting grades for any student who got extra credit questions right but didn't receive the points. Emma's 87 becomes an 88, which bumps her from a B+ to an A. The other parents' kids get their grades adjusted too. Janet's son goes from a C to a C+. The other dad's daughter gets bumped up a whole letter grade because she'd gotten extra credit questions right on 3 different tests.